Okay, so to continue on from the previous lesson, what we're going to do now is take a look at some additional tools Blender offers in edit mode to work with vertex groups and their weight values. So the first thing that I want you to do is go under File, do New, and then do Reload Startup File. Go ahead and zoom in, do Shift A and add a UV sphere. Click on this red arrow and bring this to the front. Go to the Tools tab and make sure you enable smoothing. Do the middle mouse button to rotate. So Blender's default behavior is that when you are starting out with a new file is to simply show the objects in their default color, which is white over here. Now, as I've shown you in volume 1, if you open this up and go to the Shadings tab, you can enable matcap. This is just a way to visualize your object so you can understand the topology. So over here, we can switch to any type of matcap that we want. Now for the figure, we're actually using this matcap, which makes it look like it was modeled in clay. Now the thing about this matcap is that it kind of gets in the way when you are looking at the weight values of your object. So if you have this sphere selected, click on the Data tab, add a vertex group, press the Tab key to go into Edit mode, click on Assign. Now go ahead and click on Show Weights. Do Shift middle mouse button to bring it over here and A to D select. Notice that it's showing up in wireframe. It's not showing the color on the faces. So if you come in over here and disable this, you'll start to see this a lot better, right? So now when you have matcap on, and if you want to keep this on, you would have to go to the modifiers tab and add a modifier that automatically generates faces. So you can use a mirror on, let's say, subdivision in this case. Go ahead and click this. Now you'll start to see the faces over here. Notice that the wireframe is difficult to see, so now you can simply turn this off and now start to see the wireframe in black. So this is what's going on with our figure. So go ahead and go back to the file. Now notice that under a shading we have matcap on, right? If you turn this off, this is Blender's default behavior. Go ahead and turn this on. Now go ahead and press the Tab key to go into object mode. Click on this figure, press the Shift key down, click on the armature, hover your mouse over here, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. Now click on the figure, press the Tab key to go into edit mode, click on this vertex and go ahead and switch to this vertex group. Now when we click on show weights, you'll notice that this is what's going on. If you zoom out, it's hard to see this wireframe. So if we disable this over here, we'll start to see it in black. Now when we have this on, right, the only reason we're even viewing the figure like this is because on the modifiers tab we have the mirror and the subdivision. So if we turn it off, it'll just go back to wireframe. So if you enable mirror, you can see it, or if you enable subdivision, you can see it. Go ahead and turn these back on. I just want you to be aware that this is what's going on. Now press the Tab key to go into object mode and do Shift C to place the 3D cursor in the center of the grid. Now do Shift A and add a plane. Press the Tab key to go into edit mode. Press the R key to rotate and press the Control key down to snap to the 3D grid and move it to about 90 over here. Now just a left click. Now press the 3 key to go to the right view, click on this red arrow and just bring this up right about here. Now press the S key, press the Z key to scale this on the Z axis, press the left mouse button. Press the W key and then do subdivide. Come in over here and make it go all the way to the max, which is 10. Now we can just do W subdivide 1 and 2, and let's just do 3. Press the Tab key to go into object mode. Click on the plane in the outliner and drag it onto the armature and then do with automatic weights. Now when we have the plane selected, when we press the Tab key, when we go to show weights, you'll notice when we do A to D select, it's showing up as a wire. So we can go ahead and now disable this. So now we can see how the bones are actually projecting out their rays. Do Shift middle mouse button and focus in where the head is. Go ahead and click on the vertex. because we have the plane selected, and in edit mode we can actually just right click over here to select through the figure. Go ahead and switch to our vertex group over here on the plane. Okay, now go ahead and switch to the figure, press the tab key, click on the vertex on the head over here, go find the dev.head vertex group and do the same thing. Now press the tab key. Now click on this plane, press the shift key down, click on the figure, and now hover your mouse over here. You're going to do Control J. This will join the plane to the figure. Now when you do that, because of the mirror modifier on the figure, it's going to actually flip the faces for the plane on this side. Press the 3 key. And when we press the tab key, we can actually start to see how the bone is actually projecting. So click on the vertex on the plane and do Control L to select the plane. Do W and just do flip normals, so we can see this a lot better. Okay, now what I want you to take a look at is how the head bone is working. This is with the automatic weight system. Notice that the tip is out over here, right? So we already know that if there were objects up above here, they would be captured by this bone. But notice that how it works, right? How it's fighting the influences between these bones. So we can see that where the projection is happening on the head. Now, of course, the head is enclosed, so the rays are going to stop over here where the head is. Now we have the tip out, so of course we've already seen that it would start to penetrate out the head. The point here is that you can use this technique to analyze and understand how the automatic weight system works, right? So go ahead and click on the vertex on the jaw. Now let's go find the dev.jaw vertex group and select it so you can see how this is working. Click over here on the neck. Let's go find the dev.neck and click over here. So anyways, the point of me showing this to you is because we want to take a look at what's going on with the eye. So go ahead and zoom in, do shift middle mouse button over here and click on a vertex on the eye. Go ahead and switch to its vertex group. Now notice that because of the way the bone is placed, the eye, which is an individual object really, which is part of the figure, is getting the value of 1, right, for the dev.eye.l. Now because the tip is out from the eye, you'll see that it's leaking out and it's capturing pretty much the front of the face. That's what's going on. Okay, now go ahead and click on this vertex over here, do Control L, X, and delete these vertices. Now you understand what's going on, so we don't actually need it. Press the 1 key. Go ahead and zoom in. Now if we click on the armature and make sure that we're in pose mode and click on this bone over here, press the R key 2 times, right, we can see that when we move this, it's moving the left side of the face because it's leaking out. Right click to cancel this. Press the 3 key to go to the right view, click on the figure and press the tab key to go into edit mode. Okay, so what we want to do is now move this tail inside and see how this is going to behave. So click on the armature, press the tab key to go into edit mode, click on this tail and now move it inside, right? Now if we click on the figure, press the shift key down, click on the armature and now do Control P with automatic weights. If we click on the figure, press the tab key, you'll notice that the eye is now red and it's not leaking out. Now unfortunately there's a bug in Blender that has to do with working with enclosed objects and bones, and when they are close together with other objects it misbehaves. But this doesn't actually matter to us because that's the point of this lesson as to how to solve these issues. Now when you click on the armature and switch to pose mode over here, click on this bone, press the R key 2 times, you'll notice that here it's moving the eye but the face is still moving over here. Now look what's happening to the right side of the face. This has to do with that weird bug. Right click to cancel. So this brings us to these tools that we're going to look at. So click on the figure and press the tab key to go into edit mode over here. Okay, now go ahead and click on over here on the eye. Remember, when you have the mirror modifier on, you cannot click here on the left. It's not like it's going to show you the vertex group for this. It's only going to show it for the right side. Okay, so now click on the eye over here and go ahead and click on dev.eye.l and click on a select. So you'll see that what's going on over here, right? It's basically assigning this vertex group to all these vertices. So how do we remove these vertices over here that are on the face and not on the eye, that have to do with the dev.eye.l? So here, if we go to tools, we can actually look at weight tools. So the first one that we're going to look at is clean. This is the most easiest to work with. Okay, now go ahead and click on clean. What this is going to do is simply allow you to remove vertices based on their weight values, right? So you can see that if you zoom in, the dev.eye.l is red, so it's going to be a value near 1, and all of these vertices are not going to be near a value of 1. So if we click over here, again, you can press the shift key down and click over here if you want to move slower, but simply click over here and you'll notice that how it's starting to remove this, right? So I'm just going to go back to 0. First of all, press the shift key down, deselect this vertex and select it again, so we can see the dev.eye.l vertex group. Now we have to click on clean again to reset it. Okay, now when you start to click this, you'll notice that it's going to start, it'll automatically drop that vertex group, right? So it's dropping it. So I'm going to make it go around 700, or okay, around 750, doesn't really matter. Now once you do this, you can see that it's still active, right? So it's dropped it. Now here, just click on a vertex to confirm it. So you can see that it's removed all those issues. But of course, there's still an issue on the right side because of that weird issue in Blender, right? So now if we click on the armature and press the R key 2 times, you'll notice that only the eye is moving. We're looking at the left side of the face over here. Forget the right side. Okay, now right click to cancel. Now click on the figure and press the tab key. Okay, so you see that that was very easy to do. So now the question is, what's going on with this side over here? What is this weird bug that's going on in Blender? Now this tells you that the automatic weight system in Blender is not perfect. It will misbehave a few times, but you shouldn't get frustrated with these issues, right? So if we click on this vertex over here, we'll see that the dev.eye.r is on this side. Now because of the mirror modifier, we can't actually see this, so I want you to go under file and do save, and now press the tab key, click over here and apply this. Press the tab key. Now click over here, see that dev.eye.r is over here because of that bug. So that means that if we go to the other side, the dev.eye.l is over here. This is when we were moving it, this is why we're seeing the other side move. Okay, that's what's going on. Go ahead and just reload that back. Okay, so how do we fix this issue? So this means that we would have to go onto the data tab, okay, and now click on we can just click on this vertex and click on dev.eye.r over here. You can select it through here if you're not able to select it here. Now we can do the same thing, click on a select over here, right? And it's going to be the same thing. We can click on clean over here and now do the same thing, just remove, make it go around 700. Now click over here, right? Now when we go to the armature and click on this bone, press the R key 2 times, you'll notice that only this eye is moving. And if you click over here, press the R key 2 times, only this eye is moving. So you can see that you can solve these problems with these tools that Blender is giving you, right? When you're working with vertex groups. I'm going to go back to Matcap over here and press the tab key over here. Okay, now I want you to notice that over here when you click on dev.eye.l, notice that you're seeing this red wire over here. Only reason this is happening is because of these modifiers. If you turn off the subdivision in the armature, and if you turn this off and actually go to the show weights and turn this off, right, the mirror modifier is in edit mode. It's only going to show the vertices over here, but if you click it, it's going to show you the vertices over here, right? So when you have this off, as soon as you enable armature or subdivision, it's going to just show you the vertices on the other side, right, over here, because of these things are on. So when you have these on, that's what's going on. It can cause a little confusion. So when you have show weights on, it's just showing you the outline. It's not like it's the vertex group are assigned over here that has to do with .l. Anyways, that's how that works, right? So as you can see that we could have solved this problem easily in another way, right? One is that we can separate the eyes just as I've shown you, and you can simply assign them as a child to the eye bone and make this eye bone a non-deformed bone. Well, the other way could have been is that if we go back over here, right, and click over here on the dev.l, click it and select this over here, it's just going to select the eyes. So we could have actually knocked out all the vertex groups. So meaning that if you press the tab key, drag this figure out and drag it back onto the armature and then do with automatic weights, go over here, enable this and go up. Now press the tab key over here, click on dev.I and do select, right? We're back to the way we were. So over here, what we could have done is that we know that we can't do remove from all groups, because if you press the shift key down, deselect and select this, this has other vertex groups. So if you do this, all the selected vertices, right, all the vertex groups will be knocked out. And over here, you know that this one doesn't care if you have the vertices selected or not. It only cares about this vertex group. So if you have the vertices selected or not, doesn't matter. If you click on this group, you can just do clear active group from this one and click over here, do clear active group from this one. It's gone, right? And all you have to do is now click on dev.I, click on this I, do Control L and click on assign, right? And it will automatically take care of the other side, right? So this was another way of solving that issue. Now when you go back to the armature, let's just turn this back on and press the R key 2 times on the eye, it still works, right? So anyway, I just want you to see that this is how this concept is working. So what we're going to do now is take a look at those additional tools when we are in edit mode, and what are all these tools and what did I do. Okay, so go ahead and now just simply reload this file over here. And what we're going to do is actually press the tab key, click on this figure, press the shift key down, click on this armature, do Control P, and then do with automatic weights. We're basically resetting everything. Now click on the figure, press the tab key, A to D select, go ahead and just place this back where it was, click over here, click this, go to the armature, and I want you to click on this bone, press the R key to rotate this like this, click on the figure, press the tab key and make sure that you have show weights on and go ahead and click on matcap. Okay, let's go ahead and now just save this file. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.